Hey guys, welcome back to Burke Brothers Podcast. This is episode 9. Just want to give a big shout out to all of our followers and supporters on YouTube and TikTok. Glad to be back shooting another episode. Blaine.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Got some warmer weather coming our way. Today was pretty nice out. Sounds like we're gonna get out tomorrow and shoot the bows. I was talking with Dad, so we're gonna reach out. I think there might be a shoot tomorrow.
Is there really?
Yeah, I think the first shoot was like in August or in April. So I think there's a shoot coming up. I think it's tomorrow. So so reach out to the Sportsman's Club and possibly go and shoot the bow.
Start shooting the bows. Bow shoots and getting at it, getting ready for the season. It's 4 months away, so we're getting ready, guys. I can't wait.
Yeah, we got a lot more work to do on the property. We had some high winds and tornadoes come through when I was on vacation. Last week. So we got a lot of cleanup to do. Like 3 or 4 different trees to cut down.
Don't we have a video? Didn't we just post a video on TikTok?
We're gonna be posting. We'll be posting a short. We should post it on YouTube. We should post that short clip on YouTube. We're gonna post a short on YouTube. A little bit of what the property looks like. Lots and lots of big trees that are not really all the way down, but they're hanging there and they're just widow makers. We got to get them. Get
them out of the way.
Get rid of those big boys.
We got some spots we want to put some more stands at, some hanging sets, and we're gonna put about 3 of them out there. Yeah,
so we already got one up, so we need 2 other ones up. So lots more work to do on the farm or on the property, whatever. And then. Also, before we get started in the big topic, what we're going to be talking about today, I do want to let anyone know when this video is dropped. Come June 19th, if you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. We're going to be doing a $100 gift card giveaway to Bass Pro Shop to anyone that is subscribed to our channel. We will be writing names down in the hats and pulling from the names. We'll be doing that live on TikTok. So you have till the 19th of June, but we will the giveaway will take place on the 20th, and probably about 6:30 p.m. So.
And also, aren't we going? Whoever's the first one pull out of the hat is the winner.
Yeah, first name pull is the winner. So and we'll mix it up and we'll throw and it'll be live on TikTok. So
we'll make sure we do it right. We'll make sure we do it all right and stuff and get at it.
Yeah, so
can't wait to do that. It's gonna be exciting.
I think today we're gonna get into a little bit about some things that I'm pretty sure it's something that just passed here in Michigan. We looked it up. It was on the the DNR website, the Lansing National Preserves website or whatever. It looks like they passed the new law now to where farmers can actually they're allowed to hunt early now, and during the growing season, they're allowed to hunt and harvest female, does only. They can't start hunting them until the crops are planted and activated. So then after they're planted and activated, they have to apply for a permit. Once they apply for that permit, I've read on it a little bit, and I don't see anything where it says that there's really like a stipulation on how many they can shoot. It does say that they can bring whoever they would like onto their property and start killing them during early season.
Start taking off some does because, man, I mean.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know what I mean. Give me a little bit about your opinion on it, and then I guess I'll give a little bit of my opinion on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good thing because I mean, a lot of hunters are after bucks. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of hunters out there that are taking does. They're only taking maybe 1 doe out or something. And there was a few years back where DNR were like, oh, we got 3 doe tags, and people were only taking out bucks. They're not going with the does. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's why it's good for that, because then maybe it'll get us hunting early to get some does down and get the population.
Yeah, and I understand. I think the reason they're doing this is because the farmers are frustrated. But my thing is I mean, that's. I mean, that is. I don't know. I mean, that's just part of Mother Nature. I mean, your crops are gonna get ate. And I'm not saying that I disagree with doing this early hunt or whatever, but I think it's gonna benefit us in the long run. For like rut and stuff, and we're bucks on our property aren't locked down. If what's your buck ratio? If it's 2 bucks to 10 does or whatever the hell it may be.
Yeah, you're not gonna see
that. But you may see him from October 1st to the 28th. Well, you ain't seeing him again. Not when Brett hits here. He's gonna be gone 5 miles that way.
Oh yeah.
And you may catch him again, But my thing is like, why do we have to do like why are we doing it this way? Which I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. Yep. But the truth of it, the hard truth is people aren't shooting does. No. People aren't. They're chasing mature bucks, and that's what we're doing.
Yep.
We did take how many did you?
I took a doe. I took a doe last year. He shot 2. I think my dad shot 1.
Our brother-in-law Devin shot 3. Yep. 3 or 4.
He got 3 or 4 because he gets limited tags because he's a
veteran. Yep. So he gets whatever tags he wants.
That's pretty cool. But yeah, we love venison and stuff. But yeah, man, if people get out there and start, getting the doe population down, and I think we'll be good.
Well, I mean, I think the reason we're doing it though is not because of not really. It's because the farmers, they're losing money on their crops.
They're losing a lot.
You're talking tens of thousands of dollars, but it's like, I mean, it's gonna happen. And regardless of it, it's gonna happen.
Like you said, that's part of Mother Nature.
It's part of it. I mean, it's gonna happen. There's not really much around it.
There's other animals out there that are eating those crops too, not just deer. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I agree with. I don't know.
And my take is we're getting to a point where we're actually losing hunters.
Yep.
I don't know the exact numbers, but I think we're slowly losing hunters. Also, I don't think that I think this year with tags that are purchased, I think we're going to see a
big difference.
We're going to see a big slope.
Big
You're
drop.
not gonna. It's going to be a very big drop.
Yeah.
We're definitely losing hunters. I think some people are becoming uninterested in it, and it's not what it used to be.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's crazy.
It's definitely not. I was going to throw this at you. So
yeah, go ahead.
What do you think about one buck tag?
So
you think that would drop it down where like people might start killing more does? Maybe if they got only one buck tag, or I mean, obviously they're going to be really patient. Maybe not.
I don't know if I'd necessarily. I mean, maybe we do a 1 buck tag here in Michigan for the next 2 or 3 years,
right?
And see what that does to these younger bucks. I think. I mean, I don't think it'd be a bad idea.
We're not against it either.
No, we're not against it. Just I mean, comment your opinion. Let us know what you guys think.
I always just wondered,
I think for me personally, if you want my honest opinion, what I think we should do is we should either go. So you got people, including us, including me.
Yep.
Last year I shot a 4-point. That was a 1.5 years.
Yep.
So I'm going to point myself out.
Yep.
Now if I had 1 buck tag, I would have shot that buck.
Nope.
Because I knew what else was out there.
Because what is lurking.
What about if we go to just a 1 tag for the next 4 or 5 years? What does that do to the population?
Yeah.
It's going to get to where it's going to come to a point where people aren't shooting these smaller bucks and they're letting these deer grow and they're passing these deer on.
We might be able to get some more big bucks out here.
Imagine this. What if we do you get 1 buck tag at the beginning of the year?
Yep.
Then in order to get a 2nd buck tag, you need to shoot 2 does.
At least 2
does.
Yep.
2 does. You have to excuse me.
Yep.
You get your buck tag at the beginning of the year, and then after you shoot your buck, yep. or it's fine.
Shoot 2 does first.
You can have your buck tag at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
And if you shoot those 2 does, then you get a 2nd buck tag.
But
what do you think about that?
You got early doe season, 17th, 18th. So if you crack 2 does on the 17th,
that's what I'm saying.
18th, then maybe they'll I don't know.
I think you should have to. I think it should be. I think if you're trying to better the population, you want bigger deer, more mature deer.
Yep.
I think what we should do is I think you should go to you get your 1 buck tag in the beginning of the year.
Yep.
And then if you shoot, I don't even think early season. Don't know. No. I think October 1st starts. From there to the end, you have to shoot 2 does to get a 2nd buck tag.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people that love shooting does early season.
Well, I'm just saying, if these farmers are wanting us to take the deer population down, will give us. Let's figure something out.
Yeah.
I guess hunting throughout the whole season, whatever. I just think that's silly. Like for me personally, I'm not going to do it on my property, even if I was a farmer. I mean, they're doing it to get rid of the population, the deer population, because they're killing their crops. But me personally, I'm not going out and blowing my whole spot out, my property out just to shoot does. I mean, I am going to shoot some does this year, but that's just my take on it. I don't
go
think
that early. Like they're talking about when the crops start. When does usually that starts? Like summer.
Well, no, right now they're activating May 18th. May 18th was when I was on YouTube and on these other websites, and people are activating their crops now. Once your crop is activated, a farmer's crop is activated, they can now go apply for that tag.
Yep.
And they are more than welcome to get that permit, and they can bring whomever they want on their property, and they can kill as many deer as many as they want. I don't know if that's I don't know if it's as many as you want, but I know you're allowed to hunt throughout the growing season. That's female deer only, though, from what I read.
Do you think that'll mess up like the buck movement, or how do you think messing with it that early in the season? How do you think about that? I don't know.
I guess I don't know what it's going to do. I mean, we don't have. I guess we got a little bit of farm, little bit of fields around us, but where we're at, we got some really prime killer properties. Well, so I don't think it's going to bother us none. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to do.
Do you think it might pressure the property?
Our
public
property,
land, private, anywhere? Like, you think it'd pressure like going that early to hunt? Like, that's in summertime for like when they're growing, the growing time. Do you think that'll mess anything up when them bucks are growing? I don't know.
I mean, you never know. Stress them out. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Potential? Comment down below if you
give us your opinion.
Any opinions.
But that's my whole thing, though. So you just kind of made me think of something. You said public land. Well, there are farmers that lease public land.
Yeah.
Okay. So if they lease public land, are they allowed to go on public land and harvest these deer through the growing season?
Yeah,
that's something we should check into. I don't know the answer to that. If you guys do, let me know. Leave a comment.
This all just happened
it's just something we've been wanting to talk about. And I think that if you're looking at getting more mature deer or whatever it may be, I mean, it's just, to be honest, we don't have enough guys in the area to be patient enough. Right. Even myself.
Yep.
And I'm definitely
me
changed.
Too, by the way, guys.
I've changed the chapter in the book now to where I'm gonna be. And I'm not going to take any smaller bucks out. And if it's not what I'm looking, I'm not going to. But I'm also going to make it a thing where I shoot 2 to 3 doe this year myself. Yep. And I think we should make that a group as a whole. Yep. For our whole group, I think we should do that.
Yeah, I think for sure take at least 2 doe out a piece. I mean, if we take 2 out, that's 4 does. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And honestly, guys, we could even, we eat a lot of deer meat. But honestly, I think this year we should, for the Buck Brothers podcast, what we should do is once we take out some does, do kind of like a doe, how they do them doe drives, but it's early season, how they're talking, and we donate those to people that need the food. Yeah, we got the Salvation Army things down there. I think we should really get into that too. Yeah, I agree. I'm just I guess the whole topic about the the early farmers to be able to hunt through the growing season. I don't know. I'm just curious on what it's going to do to the deer population. I'm wondering what they're going to, how all the deer are going to react to it. Obviously, it's going to knock the population down, but how are the bucks? I'm just confused about how the bucks would act for that. Like we just said, I don't, are they going to act different? Are they going to scram out because we're coming in there way too early to hunt? Well, see, I'm not doing it, and you won't be doing it either. No, I'm not. Yeah. I mean, or maybe you will. I don't know. But I don't think it's going to do nothing to our property. I think it's going to push more deer to us because. Yeah. So what would it be north of our property? Yep. We have nothing but farmers and fields, and so where those crops are being planted, they're going to hunt those deer early. So that tells me right there. They got the permit. They're going to hunt those deer early, and hopefully, if we're not on the property we're at, hunting it early, hopefully it pushes those. They're going to push more. That's going to pressure. I don't know. It's crazy. I wonder what the how many people bought a tag this year in Michigan? I think it was 600,000 hunters. I think so. Okay, I could look. We had 600. I'm pretty sure we had 600,000 hunters last year. What's that for last year? Yeah, look up how many hunters we have for 2024. I think it's 400 to 600,000 hunters. Last year's what we had, and I think we're going to see a decline this year. I really do. I think we're definitely going to see a decline in hunters. You looking that up now? Yeah. See what we're going to see. But I don't know. I mean, like I said, I mean, there's we got, it says approximately 600,000 licensed hunters, while there was a 2% increase in deer hunting license purchases compared to 2023. The overall number of hunters is down almost 25% from 25 years ago. Wow. So we've dropped 25% since from 20 years ago. 25 years. 25 years ago. So 25 years later, so 2000 to 2025, we've dropped 25% of hunters. Yeah, we've lost 25% of hunters. And there was from 2023 to 2024, there was a 2% increase. 2% increase in deer from 22 to 24 license purchases. Yep, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not too bad. Yeah, so I mean, I guess I'm gonna get into this a little bit, like we were just talking about earlier. I think for me personally, I don't think it'd be a bad idea to where you get your buck tag at the end of the beginning of the year, you get 2 doe tags,
and once you harvest those 2 doe, then you get your second buck tag.
Yep. So shoot your first buck. Try to get those.
No, you don't have to shoot. You know what? I don't think you should. I don't think you should have to shoot your. I don't think you should have to shoot your 2 does first or your first buck the buck first.
Just get the does.
I think that if this is what it's gonna do.
Yep.
You're gonna hold that buck tag. You got 1 buck tag.
Yep.
You're not gonna just shoot any deer with that.
No.
Not right away. You're not.
No.
You're gonna hold on to it. You're gonna go out and you're gonna shoot those 2 does.
Yep. Because
after you shoot those 2 does, what are you gonna do? You're gonna get a second buck tag.
Yep.
Now you're gonna be chasing after 2 bucks.
Yep.
Now it's gonna be like your regular season.
Yep.
I just think if you're wanting to lower the population, and there's a lot of controversy where people are like, we need to shoot more does, and less bucks. That it's probably never gonna happen unless you regulate something for it to happen.
And we hear a lot of people saying that, like, oh, we're gonna shoot more does, and then it doesn't happen every year. It always happens. Like, oh, we're gonna shoot more does, and then the population just goes up.
Yeah, I think I think we have to set something. And I think what they did with the hunting early season, I don't know. I mean, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what helps us out. Maybe that's what it does. That's what gets the doe population down.
Hey, if you guys got your own opinion, comment on that. Tell us about what you guys think. And
what's our doe ratio though at our property? What, 25 does to 5 bucks?
Yeah,
literally.
not even.
And then you wonder why.
You wonder why.
Then you wonder why you don't see these bucks until the end of the season, or you wonder why you only see them twice in the year.
Yeah.
It's because these does aren't being harvested. They're just not, man. No one's shooting
too many of them.
People are shooting just bucks, and that's just what's in us. That it's distilled in all of us men. That's what we're after. We're chasing mature bucks, and no one's really wanting to shoot does.
Everybody's kind of forgetting what hunting's really about. It's about.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm after mature bucks. That's what I'm after. But this year, I'm going to make it a point to. I'm shooting 2 to 3 does, and that's just what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And I think we should regulate something. And I guess they are regulating something with the farmers doing it. I just don't know if that's the answer. I mean,
if we can get a group of people, to vote on it and get it going for something for getting some does.
I don't know how hard that would be. It's like, what would you do? I don't think a lot of hunters are going to go for it. I really don't.
Right.
I just think that.
Oh, for the early season, for the farm thing. For the early season.
That's a done deal. It's already set in stone.
Bombs? Are you talking about for guys?
I'm saying I don't think if we was to put if the DNR was to put something out and you was to do a petition on it and they said let's do a petition on 1 buck tag and then once you kill 2 does you get your second buck tag.
Right.
I can guarantee you 60 to 70% of hunters aren't doing that.
They're not. No.
You only have about a 30 to 35% of hunters that are going to do that.
They're wanting their 2 buck tags early.
Yeah, and
it's a hard thing.
The deer population for mature deer, we're in a big decline.
Oh yeah.
And then I'll even also get in a little bit.
I wonder how much a decline we're at.
I mean, we won't. I don't know. That's hard. Going to be pretty hard to see. But I think my thing is Blaine is let's talk about the EHD and CWD and all that stuff that happened last year. I mean,
it's ice cream truck.
Ice cream trucks outside.
Hey guys, if you hear something,
Drop by for the kids. Yeah, but what about CWD and EHD? Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
I mean, do we, what do we really think about that? Because I think that stuff. If you want my honest opinion, I think it was all planned.
You think something?
Yeah. I think so. I think it was planned. I think that was planned to take out the deer population, and
because we are so much, the population is so bad.
That too, but the insurance companies there's millions of people that are reporting to the insurance companies from deer damage from deer, and I think it was planned. I really do. I think that they killed half our deer population away.
Oh yeah.
And to be honest with you, this year I've talked to a few buddies, a few guys on public. They wiped out a pretty good deer herd this year. The last from 24 to 22 or 20.
Yep.
There was a really good. We had some good bucks that we've been watching ourselves.
What was it last
and I think
year?
they wiped half of those deer out.
Last year, people found dead. I mean, we found 2 deadheads in Ohio.
Yeah, there was 2. We found 2 different deadheads in Ohio.
First year going there.
They were not these deer died from EHD or CWD or whatever it may be. But I think a lot of that stuff was planned too, and that's just my honest opinion.
Yep.
And I mean, I guess feel how you feel about it, and that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, that's our opinion on it.
I don't know. I definitely see a decline in more mature deer, and I also think we're going to see a decline in hunters this year. I really do.
For sure. And you got to think the prices of the tags gone up.
Yeah, and the pricing went up. And I can't remember the exact numbers, but I think it was like what?
I
don't want to say exactly. I don't know off the top of my head.
We don't know exactly, but it went up a lot, and it went up a little ways. I mean, it was already up, and there's not a lot of people that are going to pay.
And let's be honest, the average hunter, we're not
that much.
I mean, like myself, we're not rich men by any means.
Nope.
We do this. This is what we love, and it's supposed to be affordable, and it just everything's got out of hand. It's not affordable no more, and I think it's come to a point where like the older generation, guys that are 45, 50, 55 years old.
Yep.
I think a lot of those guys, they're not them people like that are stubborn, so they're not going to pay the price for the tags. Yeah. And I think it's come to a point where we're going to lose a lot of those older great hunters, and they're going to stop hunting.
And then once we lose those hunters, population of bucks and everything's going to go up.
We'll do a little bet. I can guarantee you're going to see a 3% to 5% decrease in hunters this year.
Oh yeah.
That's my take on it.
Yep. No, I agree.
It's sad 100%. To see it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still stuck on the what should we do? What does everyone think we should do for far as if you're wanting to get more mature deer to where people aren't shooting just anything, including myself. Because like I said before, like if I didn't have 2 buck tags, you wouldn't shoot a 1.5-year-old 4-point.
No,
which I did last year. I wouldn't have done that. Because you're waiting for something bigger. So I think my opinion, we go to a 1 buck tag.
Yeah.
For 4 years.
Yeah.
After those 4 years, you get your 1 buck tag at the beginning of the year. You have to kill 2 more does,
and then you get your second buck tag.
And I think that's the way we should run it.
And then maybe people
here and out.
Then they'll be like, maybe they like, well, if I don't start killing does, we're gonna go back to that same thing. So people are gonna want to start killing more does. So then that doesn't go back that way. Mm-hmm. That's gonna make the hunters, change their mindset a little bit on, taking some does out. Take some does out, and there's people out there, man. I know you work hard. I know us hunters work hard to get out there and get it done with does, bucks, any of it. But like, if you don't want to get a doe, just go out there and get a doe for a family that doesn't have a lot of food. Mm-hmm. Like the donation, Salvation Army stuff. You know what I mean?
And like I said, if we're being honest, and we're going to talk about the hard truth, people aren't shooting does. That's all there is to it.
Yep.
People are not. Now, I do have some buddies. I'm not going to say some names. If they do watch this podcast, I think they'll know what I'm talking about. They live close to my parents.
Yeah.
Those boys, they kill. They gave me 2 last year.
Yeah, they.
So I had a total of 4
doing pretty good
process
at it.
myself.
Yep.
But they kill a lot of does. I just think that there's a lot of other guys that don't, and I really think we should start taking some does out. Yeah. I guess, and it's hard because every property is different.
Yep.
So you're not gonna go out. There's some guys that are like, some guys I know they ain't shooting no does.
No.
They're out there for just a buck, and that's cool, and that's how I've always been too.
That is what it is.
That's why I've been late.
That's what
the last 2 years, but
like it. But I feel like we really do need to start killing some does.
23, we didn't shoot no does.
No.
We did not.
Nope.
We did not shoot no does in 23. Or no, sorry, 22.
Yeah, 2022. And then after 2022, we started doing a lot better.
Yep. Well, we started just, you can't have, we had 35, 40 foot plus does that would come in on our, in every hunt.
Yeah.
And it's like, we can't, it was crazy.
On the private property how many times do we have come on there in the morning we have about 10 come through. Yeah. Then after that,
I think the biggest thing is when you got 30, 40 does on your property.
Yeah.
There's no way
there's going to be a problem.
If you're trying to, let's look at it like this. If you're trying to lock down on Mr. Tim Toby, the buck that you're after with the 2 drop tines, if you're trying to lock down on that deer,
it's going to be impossible.
Where we're at with 30 does, you'll never see that deer. You'll see him maybe once or twice,
but on the outsides,
you probably won't even see him then. You might just see him on truck camera because he's not there. He's chasing. If
too many of them,
you gotta think. I don't know how many does. I don't know how many does a deer breeds in a day, but I bet it's 2+.
Oh yeah.
So if he's locked down on, you got 20 to 30 does on your property in your area. He's locked down 18 to 20. He's locked down probably 16 hours out of the day on a doe.
Yeah.
The rest, he's sleeping and eating.
Yep.
So you're not going to see that deer. The chances that you've seen that deer are slim to none.
Are slim to none. If that doe comes up there.
This year, I'm really going to take advantage of shooting does early season on my property.
Yep.
I have to get rid of some of them. I have to.
Yeah.
You know, we have to on our property.
And
that's just what it is.
I mean, we can even split up on that property because there's so many does that come through there.
So what do you think? Honestly, you know, your opinion. What do you think about the 1 buck tag for 4 years? Like, is that something like?
I think it'd be good. I mean, just like I said earlier, I think it'd be really good because, I mean, I think it would teach us hunters to kill more does because they're gonna be like, well, you know, not a lot of people want the 1 tag.
Yeah, but the 1 buck tag though, what else is it gonna do for us? It's gonna help us continue growing other deer,
yeah,
and getting these bucks to where this buck right here is probably he's probably year and a half, 2 years old.
Yep.
You know, you get this buck to 4 years old, 5 years old, that's going to be a good buck.
Yeah.
And those bucks in our area, if that buck walks out, he's not making it. They're not getting there. They're just not.
They're just not doing it. It's not happening. And
it's crazy.
I was just about to say too, like, my opinion was,
so do you think? I think
it would help.
Tell me your opinion.
I think it would help the doe population out because, you know, if you do the 1 tag for 4 years. And not a lot of hunters want that. They want the 2 tags. Mm-hmm. They're going to start killing those does so they can get those 2 tags back. 100%. And then from that, they're going to be like, you know what? We need to start killing more does because if we don't, they're going to go back to the 4-year thing with 1 tag.
Yeah.
So that's going to help kill, they're going to start getting the does down.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I that's kind of our take on it. You know, if you guys could leave us a comment, let us know what your take is on it.
Yep.
Also, once again, we will be doing a $100 gift card giveaway to Bass Pro Shop
from
Bass Pro Shop. Sorry. So in order to get into that giveaway, you have to be subscribed to our YouTube channel and preferably give us a like.
And we'll be pulling names out of a hat.
Yep, we'll be doing it in the first one that's pulled. That'll be the winner, and then we'll get your we'll message you immediately, get your address, and then we'll send it out to you. So,
yep.
That's our take on all of that. Let us know what you guys think.
Let us know your guys' opinions.
Yep. So appreciate you all for watching once again.
Yep. See you guys
later.